Before starting the installation, make sure that there is no voltage on the connection cables. Activities related to installation, connection and adjustment should be performed by a qualified electrician who has read the operating instructions and the functions of the device. RNP-22 is the transmitter of the Exta Life wireless control system. It allows to wireless lighting control, window blinds control, and various other devices, using normal wired switches adapted to the appearance and character of the interior. The transmitter has a small shape, which is destined for easy installation in an electrical box, with a diameter of 60 mm, and occupies little space. RNP-22 is battery powered, so it can be installed anywhere. The transmitter has 4 inputs, so it is possible to control up to 4 channels independently. Triggering is done by shorting the blue and black wires of the transmitter. During normal operation, the status LED signals radio transmission. The RNP-22 transmitter is designed for box installation. The dimensions of the casing enable installation in both 60 mm back boxes or surface mounting. In the case of flash installation, it is recommended to use deepened boxes or so-called pocket boxes. The radio frequency of 868 MHz is used to transmit signal, which provide good range, up to 350 meters in open area, as well as transmission stability. In case of problems with the range, repeater RNP-21 can be used. The transmitter must be paired with the receiver to be controlled at the programming stage. Normally, pairing could be done using the prog button of the Exta Life receiver, or by using the Exta Life application. More than one transmitters could be assigned to one receiver. In order to use the transmitter by the Exta Life controller, it has to be paired with a controller first, meaning as a physical registration in the system. It is recommended to change the name of the transmitter to one well known to the user. In order to program the RNP-22 transmitter in the on/off mode, start the Exta Life application and log into the system. Select the device option from the list and assign the transmitter to the receiver of your choice. By selecting the menu Transmitters Preview, it makes it easier to check the order of the RNP-22 transmitter outputs. Thanks to this, mistakes could be avoided during programming. RNP-22 after programming in the on/off mode can control Exta Life receivers independently, for example, using 2 keys. In shown case, the button connected to the IN1 input activates 2 RNP-22 outputs, while the button connected to the IN2 switches off the RNP-22 receiver. In order to program the RNP-22 transmitter in bistable mode, select the receiver from the device list and assign to it a transmitter that will be controlled. Bistable mode activates one input only, which will enable or disable the particular output of the RNP-22 receiver. The RNP-22 transmitter after programming in bistable mode can control Exta Life receivers with the use of a single key. In shown case, the button connected to the IN1 input controls the first output of the RNP-22 receiver. Next, the second button connected to input IN2 controls the second output of the RNP-22 receiver. In the monostable mode, the Exta Life system receiver is activated when previously programmed RNP-22 transmitter is already activated. The monostable mode programming for the RNP-22 transmitter is performed similar to the previously described programming of the bistable mode. In this system, the button connected to the IN1 input controls the first RNP-22 output when it is pressed only. For the second button, the second receiver channel is activated when the input RNP-22 transmitter IN2 is triggered. Using the mobile application, it is also possible to easily set the operating time of Exta Life receivers. The transmitter programmed in this way activates the output of receivers for a predefined time. When select the operating mode as temporary, an additional field is activated, which allows to set the time of switching on the devices. The time is set independently for each transmitter entered into the receiver in time mode, for each external input and for control from the mobile application. For example, when activating the IN1 input of the RNP-22 transmitter, Exta Life receivers are switched on for a predetermined time, and after that time they are turned off. It is possible to interrupt the time counting sequence by triggering the previously defined second transmitter input.